Again with former governor of Illinois, Big Jim Thompson. He died of a heart attack last night, leaving behind a monumental legacy. Standing at 6'6", he was an imposing figure. Big Jim Thompson went from successful federal prosecutor to governor of Illinois. A Republican, Thompson was known for his big vision. In his 14 years on the job, he built prisons, highways, and convention centers. Not to mention, he restored Navy Pier. Chicagoans will also remember how he changed the city's skyline with construction of the Thompson Center.
It calls for a revolutionary departure from traditional architecture.
A departure not everyone liked.
Red is very tacky.
The State of Illinois building may have been controversial, but Thompson was known for bridging party differences. In a statement, Governor Pritzker marked Thompson's death, saying, as the longest-serving governor in Illinois history, Big Jim was known to treat people he encountered with kindness and decency. From Senate Republican leader Bill Brady, Jim Thompson was a man of integrity and a man of many talents who always put the people of Illinois first. And from House GOP leader Jim Durkin, Governor Thompson was a friend, mentor, and an exemplary statesman who loved Illinois. He was a hands-on governor who loved the process of getting things done in Springfield, and his accomplishments still stand strong today. Among Thompson's accomplishments, keeping the White Sox in Chicago when in the late 80s the team threatened to leave town. He struck a deal to get the team a new stadium.
Enjoy it, Chicago. You're great, and so will be this stadium.
Governor Thompson was considered a leader in education and a world traveler. Critics questioned the spending, but the governor said the trips benefited the state.
People who invest their money or are thinking about investing their money in a state want to hear from the leader of state government.
The consummate politician, Thompson seemed to cherish time out on the campaign trail. He's described as a campaign extraordinaire.
He has fun. Standing with the governor and campaigning with the governor is like dancing.
Being a lawyer, U.S. attorney, and how staid that kind of position is, and then you come into this kind of political job of where you're backslapping and shaking hands and kissing babies and going down to Vienna, Illinois to the Gospel Fest and affectation of a southern drawl as he's singing hymns very poorly. I mean, he really became a charmer to a lot of people in this state.
Thompson lived by this philosophy.
You take on a job, you do the very best you can. While I'm doing a job, it's the best job in the world. When you've done all you can for the people you're working for, then you move on.
Because of COVID-19, Thompson's family says a memorial service will be held at a later date. Other arrangements are pending.